I'm Harrison Graham. Little mailbag action for you on Chicago Bears Now. We got Tito with a $5 super chat. He said, if the draft fell like this, I'd be pumped, but the GM for the Raiders said he doesn't like taking a running back high in the draft. I'd be okay with Hampton at 10. Tito's responding in response to our live chat sports draft. I'd be okay with Hampton at 10 as well in a kind of a not ideal scenario if the premium players I would like are gone by the time they pick. I think Hampton's in that next group of players, along with the Mykel Williams of the world, maybe the Kelvin Banks, even the Walter Nolans, the Josh Connolly's, the Derek Harmons. Those are some type of players I'd consider at 10. You'd probably rather trade down in that scenario, but the Raiders are the key when it comes to the Ashton Jeanty sweepstakes. Erica L., I have a weird feeling we will take Shamar Stewart at 10. Hope I'm wrong. I also hope you're wrong. The Bears did bring him in for a top 30 visit. Feels like 10, or really Carolina at 8 is probably like the high end he could go, and I think he could fall as late as like the 20s. I don't really know. I think he's very raw. He's got a lot of work to do to develop as a pass rusher. I think he's a solid run defender. He's obviously a freak athlete, but to me, 10's too early for what I've seen. He doesn't finish plays that well. He kind of misses a lot of tackles. And he just doesn't have a good pass rush arsenal. So 10's rich for me. I wouldn't be completely shocked if they did it, but I really hope they don't. Who should the Bears draft at number 10? Obviously, we don't know who's going to be available, but I would love an Ashton Jeanty. I would love a Will Campbell. I would love a guy like Tyler Warren. Let me know what you guys think. Who should the Bears draft at number 10? DC Viper, who would be the most likely team you would love the Bears to trade down with if you don't like what's on the board at 10? It really just depends who you're identifying. Like, if you want to get Omarion Hampton still in the first round, probably have to stay ahead of Cincinnati at 17. There's been buzz. They could go a running back early. I don't know. Could a team like Arizona at 16? I don't think Atlanta's trading up at 15. They don't have a lot of picks. Do the Colts get desperate? Like, do they come trade up for 10, secure a Colston Loveland if they're worried he would go? Would Miami move up a few spots? I don't know. If I'm moving down to the 20s, I would want a major pick next year, like at least a second next year, if not a first, along with picks this year. So, yeah, it really just depends. A, what type of player the Bears want to get in a trade down, and B, what future capital they could potentially get if they move further down. Augustine, 1 week away from the draft. Do we believe this Colston Loveland at 10 smoke? Well, it's more just Matt Miller's thought and opinion. I think there's a scenario where he's in play at 10. I think Ben Johnson would view him as a playmaker and another piece for Caleb Williams offensively. I'd be a little surprised. I think Tyler Warren is more their speed, but you see a lot of smoke this time of year. It's hard to know what is true, what's false, what type of player the Bears want. Kind of tight end does Ben Johnson prefer? It's hard to know. I think Warren's ability to do different things with the creative mind of Ben Johnson, that gets me more fired up than Colston Loveland, but I do like Loveland. Think he'll go top 20 in this draft, so it's possible. I would not rule it out. We'll be live for all 7 rounds of the NFL draft, starting Thursday, April 24th for round 1, Friday for rounds 2 and 3, and then Saturday for rounds 4 through 7. Be sure to subscribe to us here on Bears Now and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. Mario Palacio, would you rather draft Hampton or Loveland? Probably Hampton. I think they're in like the same tier of prospect, but within that tier, I'd have Hampton higher. Now, running back's a deeper class than tight end, and this is kind of the chess and the checkers that these GMs play. There's a world where they have their tiers of prospects, not just their individual rankings, once they provide, all the way down to 300 or whatever, but there's also going to be tiers that teams set. There's a scenario where maybe they have Hampton at 13 and Loveland at 16. They're in the same tier. But they like the next crop of running backs more than the tight ends, so maybe they would consider Loveland and then coming back to get a running back on day 2. Could happen. Michael Ortman, safety, Watts or Mukuba? I like Watts more, but But, like, I think you got to ask yourself this. Would you rather have Watts at 39 or 41 or Mukuba at 72? I think Watts is probably more of like a 40s, 50s guy, maybe 60s. So I think 39, 41s might be a touch early, but I'd be okay with it there. I think Mukuba at 72 is better value than Watts at 41. So that's kind of the lens I look through it. Both are tremendous playmakers. Both could start as rookies, but in the Bears situation, in an ideal world, they would take over in 2026. All right, excuse me. Today's show is sponsored by Rocket Money, personal finance app that can help you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and help lower your bills so you can grow your savings. When it comes to spending, sometimes out of sight, out of mind. That daily coffee habit, those streaming subscriptions, they add up so fast, you don't even notice how much you're spending in real time. That's all different now with Rocket Money because it's going to tell you right in front of you, hey, you're spending this much on this, that much on that much on that on a monthly basis, and it's going to add up to a lot more money than you think it is. Believe me on that one. When I first signed up with Rocket Money, I couldn't believe how much I was paying for certain subscriptions that I didn't even use anymore or didn't even know that I had. I had probably signed up for a couple of free trials and never canceled them. You guys know how that goes. So a lot of benefits to saving money with Rocket Money. They have over 5 million users and have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 per year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money by going to rocketmoney.com/bearsnow. It's rocketmoney.com/bearsnow, rocketmoney.com/bearsnow. Link is in the comments and in the description. Captain CD, if the Bears don't take a defensive end within the first 4 picks, would you be happy with bringing in Za'Darius Smith? Absolutely. There's still edge rushers out there that I'd be cool bringing in. He's still out there. You still got a guy like Von Miller out there that the Broncos drafted when Dennis Allen was the DC. Trying to think. I think there's probably a couple other vets still available, but Za'Darius does stand out. 10 sacks last year, so I could see him signing somewhere pretty quickly after the draft. Prometheus, how much of an influence will, I assume, Ben Johnson have on draft day? I think pretty good amount, especially when it comes to offensive players. That number 10 pick, if a guy like Tyler Warren's there, I could see him pounding the table for him. I still think Ryan Poles will have final say, but I think it'll be collaborative. Ben Johnson will have a voice. Ian Cunningham will have a voice. So, yeah, I think he will have influence, no question. All right, Bears fans, would you rather trade up or down from the number 10 pick? Like, you have to trade. You can't stay at 10. Type U for up or D for down. Probably trade down, but it depends. If a guy like Mason Graham slides, I could consider trading up. Osmotic, what would it take for you to draft left tackle Banks? I don't love him at 10. In a trade down, I like him. He would be in that range of player at 10 if all the premium guys are gone. He'd be in that bunch. I'd be okay with it. Wouldn't be my top option, but I'd be okay with it. Colbers, if the board fell the way it did, how shocked would you be if the selection is Jahdae Barron? He could be viewed as this team's Brian Branch. I don't think Barron will be in play at 10 unless they do view him as like a true safety, but be interesting. He's got shorter arms. Is he more of a nickel? If he is, obviously you have Kyler Gordon already, but I don't know if Jahdae Barron is someone who's really in play at number 10. Maybe in a trade down, but I don't know about number 10. All right, appreciate all your questions. You can ask more on social media at HGramNFL on Twitter, at HGramNFL on Instagram. DMs are wide open, so fire away at HGramNFL on both Twitter and Instagram.